This is Tanya Bells and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So, today's video is on this look right here. Yes, honey. You know, not too many colors, not too much bling bling, none of that. Just, you know, something neutral, something simple, and just, you know, smoky. So yeah, this look right here is on this brown smoky eye and some, you know, a bold lip, you know, just to match my eyes, the brown, and the brown, and the brown. So anyway, guys, this is the look for today. I hope you guys learn something from this. I hope you take something with you from this, and I hope, you know, you're gonna rock some of this. Yes, anyway, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. I've got something to say. Comment down below. Guys, come on, subscribe to the channel. Like, you don't want to miss any of this. It's gonna get hot up in here. Okay, it's gonna get hot up in here. So join the family and go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and supporting me always. I do really appreciate you guys so much. So without further ado, let's get started to the video. So as y'all can see, I am just applying the LA Girl Pro concealer just to define my brows, and I use the shade Fawn for this. Sometimes when I'm going for a more like everyday look, I use the shade Chestnut because it's closer to my skin tone. But here I'm using the shade Fawn, and it's a struggle, y'all. Like, every time I film, I always make sure that I do my brows before, because I know it's a struggle and it takes a long time. But this time I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and conceal this brow so that y'all can see what a struggle it is. Like, it's okay to do the first one, but let's just get to the second one. Don't mind me. Okay, so here's the second one. Thank God I managed to make them look equally perfect. Say that. So yeah, now I'm just taking this spoolie and just brushing those brows, making sure they're in place. And now I'm just taking a brush and I'm just blending in the concealer so that it's all blended in and it's looking good and pop. And now I am using the concealer by Volt Cosmetics, and I'm just using that as a base for my eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder, my favorite setting powder. So now, just taking that shade, I am using my Volt Cosmetics palette and using that nude shade as a transition color. I'm just blending it in. And I like to do both sides and not just one eye first and then the other. I just like to do both at the same time. And now I'm just taking my Mary Kay palette and just taking that brown and using it for my crease, just defining my crease. So this is a palette that's by Mary Kay that I absolutely love. It's got gorgeous colors and a nice brown that I love. So I'm just blending that in. Just making sure I've got that smoky brown on my crease. And then I'm taking this H&M eyeshadow, this like brown H&M eyeshadow, and just using that for my eyelids. And I really like this. It's very affordable. It's called Earth Angel, and I really love it. It's so nice, very pigmented, and really good on us dark skin women. And now I'm just taking my brush, my blending brush, and just blending everything in, making sure everything is popping in place. And as you can see, I've already done my lashes, and I'm going on with my foundation. And this is the Lancome foundation. It's number 13. I'm just blending that in I'm just applying that everywhere, all over my face. It's the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Lancome foundation. So I love to go in with my beauty blender and just blending everything in, making sure everything is in place, and it really gives me a flawless finish. As you can see, it gives me a very, very flawless finish when I use the beauty blender after the brush. Now taking my LA Girl Pro concealer in the color Fawn, and that is what I'm gonna use to highlight. And now I'm using my favorite contour palette. It's by Revolution in the shade Medium Dark. That is like the only concealer that I use of all of them in the palette, the darkest one. I love to use that as to contour my face. It really does define my face, helps define my face. And now I'm just taking my brush and just blending my concealer in. I prefer to use this brush for my concealer rather than using a beauty blender. So I love using this brush, and as you can see, it's giving me a flawless finish. And doing my forehead now, my nose, just making sure everything is blended in properly. Now for my contour, now that's when I use my beauty blender, and that is what I'm gonna use, as you can see, to just blend my contour. I like these cream contour palettes because they're actually better than the powder ones. I don't know, I used to love Sleek, but now I just use this one. And obviously you must set your concealer, your highlight. So I'm using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder to just set everything in. And underneath the contour, you need to put some setting powder there as well, just so that it defines the face even more. Now going in with my brown lip liner by Flormar. I'm just gonna go ahead and just line my lips, and even go in, like, fill in as well. I love this pen, this pencil. It's so good. It is just And now I'm just gonna go in with the Cotton Candy shade by Viva La Diva, the long lasting matte lip tint, and then going in with my brush, just removing the excess of the setting powder and just blending everything in. Obviously going in with my Studio Fix by MAC in the shade NW50, just blending everything in. Then going with my Charged Mist Water and just making sure I spray everything.